To add a little bit more to this, to what we were talking about in reference to Jesus and him being able to disguise himself. And like I said, and sometimes you might find me repeating some things, and I kind of do that on purpose because I want to kind of to really stick in. I don't. So you might hear me repeat some things, so just bear with me. But it's a point to it. Just think about it for a minute. God can do everything. We all know that. So if you are a believer and you know, like I know, God is real and He's created everything, you can't sit up here with a good conscience and say that's not possible. That somebody might be able to change their appearance, change their whole look, including their size, their hair texture, their skin color, their eyes. You can't tell me that God can't do that if that's something He chose to do. And what's really important about this is that it's different places in the Bible where you've seen certain things happen with change and drastic changes and things that made something different. Even in the book of Genesis, when you start talking about Cain, remember that his mark was changed. Think about that. So that explains a lot. Because if you really think about it, if you read the Gospels, there's many passages that talk about Jesus going away, or he was able to escape, or they were looking for him, or things was happening, or he went onto a boat, or he went into the wilderness, or he went up a mountain, or they couldn't find him, or he was amongst people. And you got to think they were on him, trying to verbally attack him. They were on him, questioning what he was saying. Those that didn't want to accept the truth, those that were jealous of him, that wanted his position, they were doing anything to try to have controls over him. But always remember, when you read the Gospels, they'll say he was able to get away. How was he able to get away? What was it that he could do that they couldn't get to him? He had the ability to disguise himself, a supernatural kind of ability to disguise himself. That's very important that you understand that. And it explains a lot. Why did Judas have to kiss him on the cheek to identify him to the multitude when he's already spoke to the multitude? And he even told them, you guys didn't even do anything to me. Because they couldn't recognize him. Think about that. And if you notice, when I mentioned that a little earlier, that particular verse where Judas kissed him and he led a multitude to Jesus, right after that passage, Jesus said that he taught daily in the temple to the multitude, and you guys didn't do nothing to me. That's basically what he was saying. So why are you here now doing something to me? Why are you here? Just think about that. He basically saying, I told everything I said in front of you. I taught at the temple to you guys. You didn't do nothing. You listened and you watched some of the things that he did and listened to many of his teachings, and it was acceptable to their ears at that time. So why did the multitude need Judas to try to find him to ultimately persecute him. The Pharisees, Sadducees, all of those were part of the multitude that was coming to the temple that he taught. Now they're trying to see, why did they need Judas to kiss him on the cheek? Just think about that verse out of all. Why did Jesus was popular? Everybody knew, hey, there go the teacher that's saving people, helping people, healing people, teaching people. They knew who he was because he traveled all over. They knew who he was. They saw him. He said that. I taught in the temple daily. When you go to school, when you was in school, didn't you recognize your teacher? If you went to school every day and saw your teacher, the same teacher, wouldn't you recognize that teacher? Now, take that and put it on the fame level of one of today's entertainers. Like I said earlier, you would definitely know if you seen Jordan walk by you, or LeBron James, or some other entertainer you might fancy. You're gonna know who that is. They knew who he was. But in order for him to keep moving all the way around and doing the things that he's doing, he had to have the ability to disguise himself. Not know the generic disguising, like I said earlier, a fake mustache, a mask, or a hoodie on his head. No, more deeper than that. From the blessing of God. And that's why those that Jesus confronted, debated, talked to, and persecuted him, they know that was God's son. They know it because of all that happened and Judas having to kiss him to identify him. They know he was God's son. Talk to you soon. God bless.
You're not only a soldier, but you're a soldier. Tell us. God bless you. That God has his hand on your life.